And on this Monday, June 8th, 2026 edition of Newsmakers, Pope Leo has called for newfound respect for the rights of migrants and international law during a historic address today to the Spanish Parliament. Charles de Ledesma reports.
Pope Francis made the plight of refugees reaching Europe a hallmark of his papacy, and Leo has insisted especially on the dignity of migrants in his native US amid the Trump administration's crackdown. In Monday's papal address in Madrid, he said a moral renewal was necessary in public life to respect the inherent dignity of all people, including migrants, the unborn and the most vulnerable. He said to Spanish lawmakers, it's necessary to strengthen prevention, rescue and assistance to the victims of illegal trafficking, especially within the framework of regional and multicultural cooperation. No nation alone can face a challenge of this magnitude. Therefore, a coordinated, supportive and effective response is essential. In his speech, Leo repeated his call for peace, dialogue and diplomatic courage as Israel and Iran traded retaliatory strikes that threatened to plunge the Mideast into more warfare. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Chicago pastors, community leaders, and residents are kicking off a citywide initiative named No Crime Weekend. The project was launched yesterday at New Beginnings Full Gospel Church on Chicago's far south side. Organizers denounced recent shootings and teen takeovers while urging parents to get more involved in their children's lives. No Crime Weekend is set to run from July 31st to August 2nd. In weeks leading up to the campaign, there will be events, activities, and safe spaces for teens. At least 20 people were shot this past weekend in Chicago. The Department of Defense announced on Friday a significant reduction in the number of religious affiliations it officially recognizes. The new list of 31 is down from more than 200 previously recognized traditions that troops could choose from. The list no longer includes atheist, Unitarian Universalist, pagans, and Wiccans. Pentagon spokesperson Sean Parnell said in a statement, quote, "This decrease in religious affiliation codes is not designed to make any claims on the legitimacy of any faith or religious belief, nor is it intended to provide a list of officially approved religions. Rather, it is designed to allow chaplains to quickly look at the religious composition of their units and determine how they structure resources to best provide for warfighters of all faith groups." Parnell added the department values the free exercise of religion, and chaplains facilitate service members' ability to freely exercise their religion of choice or no religion at all. The list creates broad categories of some Christian traditions, Baptist, Presbyterian, Methodist, without specifying denominations within those traditions, which can span the theological and ideological spectrum. Service members can choose to identify as no religion, other religions, or agnostic. Also included are Buddhism, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Sikhism, the Baha'i Faith, and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has infused his evangelical Christianity with his leadership at the Pentagon, hosting worship services for employees and often speaking of the United States as a Christian nation. He first announced the impending changes to the faith categories in December, saying the large number of faith codes had become unmanageable. The military is religiously diverse, and nearly 70% of troops identify as Christian, according to a 2019 congressional report. Almost a quarter of troops were listed as other, unclassified, or unknown. And that's Newsmakers for this Monday, June 8th, 2026 edition. I'm Keith Black.